Hi, and welcome to Camp Sue. Today, I thought we would do a pick-a-pile. So we're going to use the first edition of my cards, the second one, and the current third pile, which is getting modified a little bit, but this is closest to what's going to be published relatively soon. So I'll let you sit for a moment and think about which pile you want. 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so we're going to start pile 1 at 40 seconds. All right, hello pile 1. So today, let's ask the cards, what is it you need to know right now? When you're watching this, at whatever time, what does you need to know about yourself? We'll pick that card. What does it need to know about yourself, and how do you get yourself through any hurdles you might have? All right, what is it? Let's see. Well, let's pick that one. I'm going to pick one more. Okay. That one's good, huh? All right. We're also going to pick some quote cards, but I think we'll wait till the end. So the first card, which is your shadow card, there's breaking through. It's fear of breaking through something, holding yourself back. Yeah, the pile 1, you're so close to reaching your goal, what you've been praying for such a long, long time. And it's not, this here's like the love card, but it's not romantic love. It's like having this love of yourself. It's feeling safe and secure and confident enough in yourself that if you do have a partner, it doesn't engulf you. It's balanced. It's a good communication. The only thing that seems to be holding you back, pile 1, is the fear of what's coming down here. So it's like really becoming awakened to yourself and feeling that God force within you. So maybe you're starting to feel that, and it's kind of scary because now things are starting to change. So just go with the flow. Let's see what my little booklet here has to say. That was like the vibe I got. Let's see how close I am with what this book wants to say. That breakthrough card. Tending to the small self while completely oblivious to the ever-present calling of the true self. So it's like this card is like you're getting maybe too hung up on your the superficial part of yourself, like what people can see. And that's blocking your self-awareness. It's kind of like worrying too much about how you look. You know, are you matching up? Are you living up to somebody else's expectation? That is kind of like the feeling I get here. It's also like kind of using, you might possibly be using some kind of control and manipulation in order to gain maybe a false sense of security. All of this stuff could be stuff from the past that you're starting to come to terms with because you're seeing like, oh my God, that really doesn't matter a whole lot. But I'm putting so much around it. And it can even be affecting like the type of relationships you are attracted to. All right. But on a positive note with this card is that you have a strong feeling of empowerment. So if you tend to maybe try to get into more positive, focusing on yourself for yourself and not for other people, then you'll be able to sail and find that love that you're looking for and achieve that God self, the oneness. It's like charging down the path full force, being able to communicate with spirit. So whoever gets pile 1, you really want to learn how to communicate with the other side. And what I tell you is just do it. Talk, You'll see pictures or flashes or get ideas. Write all those down. You may not think they mean anything. And then just pay attention to the signs. And the more you tune into that energy, the more you'll know what I mean about how it feels. Oops, excuse me. All right, so now we're going to pick the quote card. Oh, it just flew right out. The version of me that someone creates in their mind is not my responsibility. So, all right, everyone judges everybody because they're too afraid to face their own stuff. So what this is saying is don't worry about anybody else. Have that big breakthrough with yourself emotionally. Come to terms with why you might be doing something because there's a real beautiful road ahead for you. Okay, thank you, pile number 1. Now on to pile number 2, starting at 6. Okay, hi, pile number 2. Let's see what we got in store for you today. What is it you need to work on? And what can Spirit tell you? Oh, there's a lot wanting to jump out here. What can Spirit tell you on what you need to work on? All right, let's see one more. Oh, you got them flying everywhere. Well, we're going to give you a bonus card. Okay, bonus card. And we're going to say it goes this way. Beautiful cards. Pile number 2. So it's like almost having this fear of yourself. Pile 1 almost got something very similar, where it's this fear of, it's like once you put your toe in the water of a breakthrough, where you go into a part of yourself that makes you feel really good, but then it can be really kind of scary. Well, you can't, once you get there, once you dip your toe in the pool, there's really no going back. So this card is the one where you might be believing what other people say about you. And it's like that's their opinion, because pile number 1 got this card as their quote card, and it kind of lines up with this, that the version of me that someone creates in their mind is not my responsibility. So someone's like kind of got some idea about how you are, and you know what? That's their perception of you. And that tells you a lot about them, but it also tells you a lot about your own awareness also. In addition, so now this here is the message from your higher self. This is like the shadow you're needing to work on, worrying too much about what other people think about you. Well, this here is your higher self saying, keep on going. You can do it. You've done so much work, lots of studying. You've worked your way up to the top. Now, honor that position. Also, you have the higher self in the guides, angels, higher beings of light message. So these 2 cards are saying, look at the achievement. So you've achieved something really big here, pile number 1. Pile number 2. It sounds very much like pile number 1, a little bit. But you also had this card jump out, the meditate card. I think I'm calling it tranquility and peace. It's just asking you to just stay centered. When you start to feel someone bringing you down, go within your heart, meditate, out in nature, find some peaceful place. Let's see what your little, whoops, way too many. Your quote card is. All right, let's see. I'll give you this one. The wound is the place where the light enters you. So when whoever's hurting you, or whoever has hurt you, that's what's given you the strength and the power to just keep going, to move up that, up the stairs, moving up the ladder, regardless of the obstacles, because you knew you had faith and you trusted and you believed in yourself. And what more could you ask for? Awesome. Thank you, pile number 2. So pile number 3, you're going to start at number 10 minutes. All right, hi, pile 3. What is it you need to work on? Well, this popped out right away. So it's self-abandonment. So right out of the gate, it feels like you're not showing up for yourself. It's like a lot of us are just worried so much about what other people think and say. You know what? Everybody has an opinion. It's like assumptions, making false assumptions, you know? So, and there's some kind of, something has a grip on you. It's almost being afraid to think for yourself. It's like just hanging on because the group think. Afraid that you won't be able to go on by yourself. It's like holding that tight grip on water. And because you're holding it so tightly, it's going to drip through. So whatever you have, don't hold on so tightly. It is envy, and it's just kind of looking too much outside of yourself. So what's the message from your higher self? It's telling you to go within. It's like asking you to see what is it in that other person that might be upsetting you that you need to work on within yourself. Because sometimes it's so easy to look at other people and their problems and try to fix them, because then you're not focusing on yourself. So if we all just focus on ourselves, then the world will be a much easier place to live in, because now it's just so judgmental and it just is so heavy, and it makes a lot of us very tired. All right, so what's the message from your guides and your angels? There's so much spiritual growth. Okay, so now I'm getting the message about adversities. So when you have some kind of adversity in life, you know, pile number 2 had the stairs too, and reaching the top. Pile number 2 was more on like career and achievement, goal achievement. Pile number 3, this is more on your personal spiritual path, your growth, your development, where you could have been a very, had some codependency going on. But then it just became really burdensome, where you were being controlled and manipulated through your emotions. But then you took a step back and you started to really think, wait a minute, I'm important here too. And when you take that step back and you start to understand your reason, like what's your motivation, because everybody has a motivation behind something. And if it's not something that's really the best, where you weren't in your most humble type of a self, where you're kind of really flashy and out there, you're going to have those introspections, you're going to really reflect a lot. And that's the time that you want to be easy on yourself. That's the time when you're going to have a lot of spiritual growth. Look, being on the spiritual journey is not easy. It's no picnic. It's totally not easy. You embark on this journey and no one really tells you, or maybe they do, but you just don't believe it because you just want to see what you want to see. So all of this stuff that you go through is really great, because that's allowing you to, it's giving you an opportunity to face something within yourself so that you can resolve it, understand it, move through it, climb up another stair, move to the top, grow, expand, feel liberated. All right, so let's see what your quote card is, pile number 3. All right. If you knew how quickly people forget the dead, you will stop living to impress people. So, yeah, people just, it's really a hard thing to explain. But if we all just focused on ourselves and we started to go into your heart, not the narcissistic focus on yourself, let me put my next nice selfie out there. What I'm talking is take time to breathe. Understand why you might get upset with someone. What are they trying to show you? Trying to learn, try to understand what lessons are being given to you. And with that, I say namaste. Thank you. And come back again, and we'll do more meditations, card readings, and maybe even wearing silly hats.